I did feel rock bottom this morning when I left for work. Thanks.
Felt alive.
Yin and yang right here.
Yep. It's true. It's true. Colors and weather preferences. Thanks for choosing to get ready with the Weather Channel. I'm Jen Carfagno alongside Molly McCollum and Dr. Greg Postel. You know, the snow has covered many from coast to coast, and that included communities not far from the shores of the Great Lakes who are getting blasted by winter weather. We're looking at some of the scenes from Chi-Li, New York from last night, and it's just so poignant for today, Veterans Day. So thank you to our veterans.
It's such a beautiful view, too. You see the snow falling there in Chi-Li, but it's a lot of areas in this region that are seeing their first snow of the season.
Some areas got over a foot of snow, lake effect snow, northwestern Indiana, and other areas now getting still lake effect snow, Erie and Ontario. We also had snow flurries in the south yesterday in Georgia.
Which I just found out that Greg still has his Christmas tree up for how many years now?
Since 2022.
So yesterday, you're probably feeling a little festive, maybe turn the tree back on.
I probably could have enjoyed the snow flurries in North Georgia more than I did. Instead of like closing the shades and pretending it wasn't happening, I should have opened the shades and turned on the lights on my tree that's been up for 3 years.
Those were a novelty, the snowflakes that came into the south here. They really didn't cause any major issues, though some schools were closed in North Georgia this morning. Well, not closed, but
virtual learning, mostly because of just how cold it was. Yeah. Well, the leftover snow is just one help is on the way, and it has been falling snow for areas in Buffalo, Jamestown. Charles has been traveling around this area between Erie and Jamestown this morning. Buffalo not currently seeing snow. Earlier, we were actually seeing snow out of a flow that was more out of a northwesterly direction, which, you know, in Buffalo, typically we see our bigger snow events when we see the lake effect snow off Lake Erie, but we're not in that wind direction right now. Eventually, we will see this turn out of the southwest when you get that longer fetch across Lake Erie, depositing more snow in the Buffalo area. Erie will also see some snow as this turns out of the southwest here, and then eventually this will actually change over into rain. It's rain on the backside of this event, so enjoy the snow while it lasts, because once the rain starts to move in, that's going to eat away at a lot of the fresh snow that we have. And of course, the warm up we're going to see by the end of the week is basically going to finish that job, right? We're not going to see the snow stick around for too much longer. 1 to 2 additional inches of snow, and that includes even areas down into interior Pennsylvania. Watertown, Syracuse, solidly in the snow right now. I-81 corridor, I-90 corridor, that's going to be a difficult drive, especially when in combination with some of the wind. That makes the visibility difficult. You also see the wind direction change, and eventually you see that change over into what's going to be starting off as a pretty cold rain. Not cold enough to support any snow anymore, but a cold rain, again, eating away at some of those snowfall amounts. But where we're anticipating some of those higher snowfall amounts, that is the Tug Hill Plateau. Really stands out there. Elevation between about 2,000, some spots close to 3,000 feet. And that's really going to ramp up those snowfall amounts just a little bit at those higher elevations. But Dr. Postel, it wasn't just areas, say, these classic snow areas that saw flurries yesterday. It was even the deep south.
Weather's better for travel because we had a lot of problems over the past few days between the wind, the snow, and even today, de-icing happening, creating some travel delays out there.
De-icing happening even in the south where, you know, Dr. Postel talked about flurries yesterday. We had the cold air today. We're still seeing some problems in the 95 corridor, and that is primarily with wind.
The wind. And that, I don't see that improving today. So we have delays at LaGuardia running a little over an hour. It's probably going to be the case. Hitting the roads, just getting to the airports. You might not have delays elsewhere. I don't know why I keep going past this every time. But Buffalo, Syracuse, not delayed at the airport. It just might be getting there. That's a challenge.
LaGuardia is running that ground delay about an hour and 40 minutes. That's all due to the wind. Now, it's not just the airports. I mean, absolutely, if you were traveling in any of these lake effect regions, the roads are going to be difficult.
Yeah, they've been snow covered. We've had live scenes out there this morning. The snow has been falling heavy enough that it is covering the roadways. And be ready for snow squalls where the visibility can drop really quickly, and that can really shorten the distance you have for stopping. And a lot of times everyone stops in those snow squalls. So be ready for that kind of situation. It's a possibility today, especially I-80, A-86, 90 in western Pennsylvania, western New York. Well, as you plan ahead, here's what we have on tap for tomorrow. So this is not going to last.
I mean, even by like this afternoon, the snowman's probably going to be looking a little like this. And one more day, melting more and more.
The early November sun is really decently strong.
Yes, it is. And so if you're not a fan of the snow, maybe you didn't get out yesterday and make a little snowman, you're really going to like this forecast because the cold snap that we saw, it is truly a snap.
Yeah, yesterday was 92 in Los Angeles, and that big ridge of high pressure that caused that is on the move, and by the weekend, it's heading all the way to the east.
We're going to see
going to be in the 90s.
Right. We're going to see temperatures, though, in Texas.
Yeah.
It'll at least be close to the 90s, so much so that we're talking about record-breaking heat the later that we get into the week.
We're going above average, 10 to 15 degrees. You'll see that across the Central Plains on Thursday, underneath that big ridge. You can pick out what the jet stream pattern is without even seeing it, just based on the temperatures.
By Thursday, we're either approaching records, maybe perhaps breaking them like in Lubbock, Texas, but we're not done. Friday, look at Friday.
Yeah, Friday's the day. All these spots here, not just coming close, but going past. So you've got Abilene, Texas, 86 degrees, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 80 degrees. That breaks the record of 79. That's telling. This is not normal.
Then we start to spread a lot of that warmth to the east. I mean, look at Chicago, 63. This is after starting off the week with snow there in Chicago, and Atlanta, which also saw the snow flurries yesterday, back to 73 by the end of the week.
I need to do the math, and I bet if we look at the average temperatures for the week, considering how cold it was and how warm it was, it's going to be, it'll be average.
Right.
When you average it out, that's average.
You probably will.
That's how average works.
That's what happens this time of year in November. You can really get those two different extremes. Well, from warming temps to the next round of rain and snow, you can